What up, your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is What the Fuck Wednesday. How y'all doing out there, everybody? Before we even start any of this, Greg, you're in the background. Why don't you change that What the Fuck Wednesday banner to the words allegedly? So for now on, I'm gonna say this right now. Everything we say is alleged. Don't believe a fucking word that any of us say. Do your own homework. Make sure you do your own research. You are more than free and welcome to comment your views or opinions or whatever. But how they say it, the old school, that take everything we say with a grain of fucking salt. Everything is alleged. Do you hear that, Mr. Algorithm? Everything is fucking alleged. Okay, so with that being said, we got a few hot topics, some shit that people have been arguing, debating, whatever about. We're gonna try a different little format here and get it a little bit more streamlined. So we're gonna be talking about people trying to cancel the new Assassin's Creed game, St. George, Louisiana. We're gonna try to touch on a little bit of this Project 2025 and an old case that's trying to be refiled, or that just got refiled in Manhattan. Oh, well, imagine that. With Trump and trying to, tie him to old Fuckstein. So without further ado, we got our foreign correspondent all the way from the tundra of the snowflakey liberal Canada, Dino, the genetic motherfucking marvel.
It's so cold up here. No, it's not. It's hot. It's been raining all day, but it's actually been nice. So, well, hello everyone, and welcome to a show that allegedly happened.
Yep, this show allegedly is going on right now.
Look, so you know that up here, I can't share like a news article. I can't share that on my Facebook or my Instagram or anything like that.
I heard. I was like, I didn't think it was going to affect you guys that quick. I heard when it was happening.
Liquor sales in each province is done at a specific store. It's a government-owned store, so they can charge whatever they want. It's very, very structured, very shenanigans, okay? But those guys are unioned. Now, because you can't share news on TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, they found out they're going on strike for 2 weeks. So all the liquor stores are closed, bro. People lost their goddamn mind, okay? Because they're like, I can't buy booze anywhere. You can still buy beer and wine, but you can't buy booze. So,
what kind of horse shit is that going on down there in Canadian land?
Bro, it's alarming. It's very, you have to be a full degenerate, okay? You have to buy your weed or your mushrooms or your LSD. Otherwise, get out.
And with that being said, we got a Big Grape in the house from Cleveland. Another truth seeker out there.
Absolutely.
And then once again on the 2s and 3s in the house, taking care of all the technical things back there. We got Greg popping in and out. He just took himself out.
He's like, nope, I'm out. What up, Greg?
Greg, what up back there, man?
What happening?
Oh man, hanging out like double D's, baby.
Hell yeah. Best way to do it.
We're gonna start this off with Ubisoft, a popular video game creator or whatever, who has the game Assassin's Creed. Got their new game coming out. It's called Assassin's Creed Shadows. And now this is supposed to be set in old school Japan. So they have two main characters in this game. One is a chick named Shinobi, which is just a stereotypical ninja name for these games.
Yeah,
and the other one,
dirty Shinobi.
right? and but it's actually Shinobi Naoe, Naoe.
What are you returning Gans there, Grape? What the fuck is happening in your car, bro?
I just left the liquor store. We can still buy liquor at.
Oh.
I just want to brag.
Listen, sir, I laugh at you in my almost gone diabetes.
Oh no, Tito's has no sugar.
Oh, okay, yeah, I believe that, fatso. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. Here are my diet M&Ms. If you can't tell, they're diet. You know why? Because I said I wish they're diet now. What are you talking about? Tito's got no sugar. You fucking. What are you? Hey, you went to a black school, didn't you? That's why you're a little bit stupid. That's okay.
Hey, listen.
You went to a Mexican
diabetic,
school.
and that's the only thing we could drink.
You went to a Mexican school? Oh shit! It's a surprise you know how to walk.
It was mixed. It was a well-mixed school, blacks and Mexicans. I don't know shit twice.
All right, fools. So, like I said, so they're the second character in this game. His name is Yasuki, and he is an African American, or not African American. He is an African samurai.
Yep.
Now there are 73. I had it wrong. 73,000 signatures right now on a petition to and over 3,000 were signed just today to have this game banned. And the reason why they're banning this game is because they're saying Ubisoft is being racist.
How?
For putting a black person as a samurai.
Well,
now, mind you, wait a minute, before everybody
let me order this.
Okay.
I mean, y'all go ahead.
The samurai's name is Yasuki, and Yasuki is a real figure from history. He was a real African samurai. Here, I'm
screen up. Boom. That's the real fucking deal, bro.
Let me tell y'all something. A lot of people don't know this, but the first samurai warriors was actually black.
Shut the fuck up, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, listen. The first samurais was black. Listen, there's a documentary out called Hidden Colors 4, The Art of War. They go in great detail about all of this. Hold on. Yes, can I get a bourbon bacon cheeseburger?
You
even get liquor on his sandwich.
A bourbon, I love it. A bourbon bacon cheeseburger, please.
You know what the best part is? He turned the camera off. Didn't mute himself. The fat piece of shit.
You could have got the camera on and muted the mic.
A bourbon bacon cheeseburger?
Wrong button.
Bourbon.
Make it supersized. He's fat.
The who? Hold on.
He wants it large, please.
He wants it large with a supersize on that large.
A little extra steak on that.
No, but like Dino said, this is him. He was the real deal. Yeah. You know, I'm not sure about what Grape is saying, but I mean it's a possibility because everybody was started from the black folks and went on.
No tomatoes.
This motherfucker.
Okay, what's the drink?
We should repeat
strawberry
it
Sprite.
as soon as he comes back.
We're gonna have normal flavors.
You don't have no more. I'll burn this place to the ground.
I need some grape Kool-Aid, a piece of watermelon, and a 6-piece fried chicken.
Oh, he left.
Bro, how angry you gotta be if you're like, you don't have my drink? Fuck this place. And you're just like, I'm leaving. That's a fat guy etiquette. Anyways, okay, so hold on. Yasuke was an African warrior in the employ of Nobunaga, a powerful feudal lord known as the Great Unifier during Japan's Sengoku period, the first black samurai. He was at Nobunaga's side when the daimyo died. I'm sorry. That sounds like a badass story, and I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Why are you protesting? Gay.
Especially letting it play out in a video game, in an immersive video game.
You can do a lot more with it, right? Like you can really do some cool shit.
Now, what really gets me though is because maybe about 10, 15 years ago, there was a cartoon called Afro Ninja. It was on Adult Swim. And they made a video game of it. And it was about this same dude. It was about the same dude, and it was a bad motherfucker. I liked the cartoon so much. I bought the fucking game, and the game was fucking sweet.
Bro, it was a great. Hey, that's the thing. Is it's a good story. It's a story that you can indulge in and make it a little weird, a little crazy, a little mystical. Everyone love that shit. Look, there's that black guy who freed himself, stole a fucking boat, went to the fucking rebels, and like fucking killed people. I want to hear that story, bro. I want Dwayne the Rock Johnson to play the boat.
To play the boat? there's a bunch of Amistad riding on the rock down the river.
That's right. He's like, allegedly could be true, could be shit. I mean, that's just who's standing in front of you. That's fair.
Yasuki was real though. That we could say that is factual. Yasuki was real. That right there, that's in a fucking encyclopedia. Or if
that's on Instagram.
This anymore?
That thing was on Instagram, but like, yeah, it's a real thing.
Well, I got Game Rant pulled up on my other screen over here, and it's breaking it all down. The female shinobi. It's criticized Assassin's Creed Shadows for featuring an African as one of the main characters instead of someone Japanese. You just fought racism with racism. That don't even make sense to me. And I bet you this is a bunch of fucking little white Karens bitching that the black or the Japanese folks aren't mad at the black folks when it's Japanese people making the game.
Hey, you know, in Japan, they turn away foreigners from certain bars and shit, right? They're like, oh, no, we don't serve foreigners here.
Yeah.
And they're like, if you're black, they would be like, oh, no, absolutely not. Call the police. The police are like, well, they don't want to serve you. What are you going to do? He goes, you can just go somewhere else. Sorry.
And it's been to my knowledge, especially after the wars, Japanese like black people a lot more than they like white people. I'm just saying. You know, I don't know what's the the leading into that or what the fuck or anything like that, but yeah, I mean, it seemed to me like old G.I. Joe would get turned down quicker than DeJuan.
I mean,
so what do you think about this shit, Greg?
Come on, Greg, share some light.
I'm over here doing other shit. I wasn't even
He's on the technical end.
Right.
Well, there's the thing is, should an audience have a say in how a story is presented? I mean, they have every right to buy or not buy, but they don't have a right to say you can't develop something. I don't think that's reasonable.
I think Grape is back.
Yeah, I'm back, cuz.
What'd you buy, you fucking? Where'd you go?
Man, my wife wanted a fucking bourbon bacon burger from Wendy's. They only would sell them motherfuckers, so I had to wait for her to answer the phone and go back to the drive-thru and all kind of goofy shit.
Bruh.
Goddamn, don't you even blame that shit on Eb?
Hold on.
Blame that shit on her.
Hold on, Grape. What'd you do? What are you trying to make up for? What did you do? What did you do that you're like, I'll go bring you Wendy's, baby. I love you. Don't kick me out.
She just worked 9 hours and I just got off the airplane. I don't do no makeup shit. That's all.
Oh, hey, that's a man who's going home. He's like, I'm gonna get some pussy. I'm going home. I'm gonna get some pussy. That's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, goddamn. Hey, I supersized it. I got cheese.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a good plan. Hey,
ain't nothing on the motherfucking shit.
Do yourself a favor. Hey, go buy some flowers too. Go buy some flowers. Hey, she'll give you it all, brother. Just get her some flowers. Trust me, bro. Come on.
For some flowers, I want 2 in the pink and 1 in the stink.
Hey. Get some flowers. Hey, make sure it's like a special one.
Tomorrow, I'm going to talk to Grape, and Grape going to be walking funny. She put 2 in the pink and 1 in the stink.
Here we go with this weird shit.
So
I mean, you
get
did
your
see the title of the show,
Grape,
right?
so I can ask you some fucking questions.
Yeah, I'm about to be done right now. 2 seconds.
1, 2.
Yeah, but that's black people.
I mean, yeah, black people too is like 76.
Okay, it's me.
You know what's fucked up? That man is Mexican as fuck.
All right, I'm back. All right, now, yeah, okay. What you want to ask me now?
So finish what you were saying about the
No. Well, you know what? If he does, then we got to qualify with that whole allegedly shit. Okay,
No.
That's allegedly down
black
there.
people are shouldn't up fucking samurai.
Cause ain't nothing alleged about this. Listen, look, do your research. There's a documentary called Hidden Colors 4, The Art of War. And it tells you and it shows you detailed pictures and detailed everything how black people was the very first fucking samurais.
What was it called? What was it called?
Hidden Colors Part 4, The Art of War.
Didn't Wesley Snipes play in that?
No, your stepdad did. Okay, so listen. Okay, so listen. I'm gonna tell you what they did, right? You know how all those fucking styles, they're like basically after a fucking animal in the jungle, right? Like the tiger, the crane, all of those different fighting styles, that comes from the African samurais watching the animals fight in the jungle, and they developed the styles based on the way the animals fought. This is real shit. Like I'll show you. Like I'll send y'all the links. Very fascinating shit.
See, now in the kung fu movies that I used to watch back in the 80s,
samurai, kung fu, not samurai.
The Asians, they all the Slaney-eyed people, they looked at their own animals in the backyard, and they had the snakes and the cranes and all that in their backyard.
Well, see, they got that from the samurais, bro. I'm telling you. And look, you got real, like, decorated historians and doctors and PhD motherfuckers telling me they're all fucking, like, professors at different colleges and shit, telling the exact same story at different times.
I mean, it's more believable than Tom Cruise being the last samurai.
You're goddamn right it is. Or that one.
Hey, it's actually part.
Wait, man, he was the last samurai.
Hey, part 5 is The Art of Black Warfare.
That's part 5 then, yeah, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, okay, so listen, have you ever seen the samurai statues and they have those little knots in their hair?
Yeah.
Those are Bantu knots. That's from black people, bro. Those are black samurais. Those are called Bantu knots.
I ain't ever seen a samurai with dreadlocks.
They don't have dreadlocks. They're called Bantu knots.
Oh, so they got the twat knots, the ones the kids wearing now?
I ain't seen too many kids wearing them, but
no, I know what you're talking about. Not in the bad, Grape is absolutely right. I don't know about the blacks being the first samurai, but I'm a firm believer that there was black samurais.
I wasn't there.
The only one.
Listen, Grape, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna watch this shit, and I swear to God, I swear to God, if it's stupid, I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna rip you a new asshole. Because I swear to fucking Christ.
You should watch all four of those.
I'm going to.
5 of those segments.
I'm going to.
Like you will learn it. Like
listen. I'm gonna watch all 5, and then I'm gonna wear my dashiki and come back on next week and tell you what's fucking happening, bro.
Hey, listen, Canada, did you know about black people inventing hockey?
Shut the fuck up, bro. No, just fuck this guy. No, you're full of shit, bro.
Black people invented hockey.
No. Now you're just full of shit.
Black folks made sake.
Bro, black people invented hockey because it's a
broke people. Hey, bro, black people didn't invent shit. You're lying. You're crazy. Listen, you've been talking to Whoopi Goldberg or some shit, and she's filled your mind with crazy shit, bro.
Whoopi Goldberg ain't black, other than her skin color. Listen,
Whoopi Goldberg Jewish.
Listen, I'm telling you, it's a black hockey. That's black people invented hockey, bro. It's a real fucking historical fact.
All right, great. I gotta admit, bro, that was stretching it. Because there ain't no black folks seen any.
Give me one country, one black dominated country that has ice.
Man, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you what I know,
man. Just one.
Tell me to do the research. Tell your moderator, look into it. And see who invented the game of hockey. Black people did, bro. Of course, you not.
Yeah. Somebody pull that shit up.
Hey, listen,
Scotty, I need a fact check.
If you watch Hidden Colors 1, it'll tell you all about it. Hidden Colors is basically a documentary about all the shit that we did. We don't get credit for it.
You ain't do shit. You're Mexican. Your wife told me. You be fronting.
Listen, homie.
You be fronting.
Listen, man. We crossed the border and we invented hockey and goddamn it. We'll swim through you to kick the fuck out of you and then beat your ass on ice.
Next, you're going to tell me that the Mexicans invented water polo.
I wouldn't doubt it. Hey, we're going to get so canceled. They fucking hate us. We're all fucking racist.
I ain't racist. I hate everybody equally.
You know what? Equal opportunity hater here. Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, me too. All right, what are we getting into though about the game? I don't think it's racist at all because they know the history and black people definitely.
Hey, hold on. Okay. There's one out of multiple results that say nothing about that mad shit you're talking about. But there's one. There's one. Hold on. There's one. Okay. Now, hold on though. Because you said black people, but this says Egyptian. So are we saying the Middle East now get to say certain words there, Grape? Or what's up?
When you think of Egypt,
I'm just saying, how black is Egyptian? Maybe a Moroccan fella? Does he get certain word privileges there, Grape? Because I'll tell you, I know a few guys from Morocco that would love to hear this. From your side of the fence, my friend.
They can say what they want to as long as I'm not around. But black people came from Egypt, though, right? Kemet. I'm not talking
Everybody
about
came from the litter box, according to written history. But if you go into new fucking details, the oldest bones is no longer from Africa. They're
It's from Greece.
Of course.
Greece, baby. Woo-hoo! Oh, yeah. Greeks for the win. Bro, the only thing better than being a man is being a Greek man. I look down on everyone.
In the butt before they went to war, right?
Yeah, but the Romans thought that giving each other head was a
like a virtuous thing to do before you go into war. Like, hey, buddy, we're about to go kill each other. Like, let me fuck you in the butt right quick before we go kill these people.
Yeah, what do you think the sand people are doing now to the little boy?
Hey, you make it. Hey, Grape's saying it as if he wouldn't be the one telling the guy, be like, hey, man, we're going to war, so I'm going to have to fuck you in the ass before we go, okay? Just be gentle. It's going to happen whether you like it or not, okay? So it's nice if you be kind.
We might die.
Now bend over. Ain't nobody gonna know if you're dead.
Listen, we're gonna have to make a decision here, boys. It's just
group decision.
Bro, you getting them flowers, eh? Oh, you're going for the gold today.
They don't got no flowers in no 7-Eleven. I'm getting her ass. You know what? I'm getting her a bang. Maybe that might give me a bang. That's her face.
Listen, hey, if you give her enough caffeine. Look, if you give her enough caffeine, she won't be able to go to sleep. And if you're not sleeping, might as well burn off some calories, if you know what I mean.
That's it. You know, put something to put to sleep. All right, so
I think we lost him.
I mean,
I feel like he's about to rob the place, and we're going to be accessories.
He's going to get this cat arrested.
He looked like he fit a description.
I mean,
from the profile pic right there,
he does fit the description. The description is looks guilty, just so everyone's clear.
Give me a video 20 seconds.
Yeah. I feel like he just hit the Arab dude.
You don't have any bangs?
That's why the camera jumped.
I like how Grape is walking into a place going, "You got any bang?"
Any bangs in here?
Where do you hold your bang? I need some for my lady.
All right, so we hit the next subject now. St. George, Louisiana. What y'all know about St. George, Louisiana? Grape, you know anything about that shit?
I hear it's a nice place. I hear it's a nice.
St. George?
It's a lot of mowed lawns in that area, friend. Some good landscaping. It's nice.
Must be overrun with Mexicans.
I mean, no,
not actually. No.
There is one dominant ethnicity or lack thereof, depending on how you feel.
All right. So, what Dino is alluding to is a new city that was just started, just created in Louisiana, just south of Baton Rouge. Now, before we break down the full details of it, I'll give you the vague description. Yeah, we're here. There was a part of Louisiana with a disproportionate amount of a certain race of people. Now, these people decided for their community that the school systems there were shit.
Yep.
Baton Rouge's school system is one of the worst in
Hey,
the state, and Louisiana has one of the worst in the country. So
yeah,
that's shit on top of shit. So what happened was this community wanted better schools, so they petitioned the state to ask if they could start their own like charter school, whatever. Great, fix your mic, it's feedbacking. So it was easier. I don't know why or what the procedure was, but it was easier for the community to actually start their own city than to have a new school system.
Well, what they're trying to do is because they were told that they aren't allowed to have their own school board, which other areas have, no problem. Because of that, they said, okay, well, in that case, then we're taking all decision making away from where you are, and we're making it in house.
But they're making their own city.
So,
so
which is
I didn't catch that much out of it. I caught more of a. They were just, it was easier. I'm sure that was probably the reason why it was easier to become a city than it would to start their own new school board system or school system. Yeah. So, and the state granted it. It was petitioned for and it was granted. So now the mayor of Baton Rouge is all up in the tizzy and got the rest of the communities and cities in the tizzy because they're claiming that the people who are leaving are racist, and they refuse to acknowledge it. The place is called St. George. They refuse to acknowledge them as a city. And then the mayor of the city blatantly on news said that these people could go do what they want, so they don't bother us no more. But they're not taking the tax money, which is their money.
Yeah.
And they refuse to acknowledge them as a city. I think last week was their first board meeting to try to establish rules and everything for the place. Their first charter meeting or whatever.
Bro, just mute your mic. Jesus Christ.
Is that still me?
Yeah.
No, it's somebody else.
Let me get back on when I go inside.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right.
Jesus. Hey, how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? He comes to your house with dirty socks and puts his feet up every time. That piece of no.
All right, so now
I don't get it, bro.
That being said, a lot of this sounds like white people having a fit about black folks leaving or pulling some shit. That sounds like a lot of the things are being fed in the media. But
at first glance, it definitely does.
Yeah, at first glance.
And to me, it's the only thing that it's about is the fucking tax money. It's because they're worried about losing that fucking money coming in. Okay.
Well, that is a big part of it, but
that is the only part
that goes with it. The rhetoric that the people were saying that goes with it is just blatantly fucking. They're calling racism when they're being racist.
Right. What I'm saying is the main point of this whole ordeal is about the money. Everything else that's thrown in, everything else that's thrown in around it is just for the media, just to be able to get pick up and get fucking views, and that's all it is. And that's all it is. Is because if we didn't have all this shit going on now, none of that shit would have been brought up. The only problem they would have had is, hey, we're losing fucking money. But now that's not a big stink, let's make it a bigger stink. All right, now we got racists involved. All right, what's the main thing going on in the world right now is racism. So of course that has to be thrown in there, so it gets up on the big screen so everybody sees it. You know what
immediately.
I mean? Immediately.
Right.
That's all it is. That is just a bunch of bullshit to get somewhere with something. And to me, it's just fucking stupid. But
yeah, and the thing that blew my mind, though, I mean, like, even like I've been in certain situations where two groups of folks didn't get along or whatever, and it was actually it was part of Little League back in the day when I was part of the Little League council shit and all that. There was beef between. There was one city that always had preferences because they ran the league and everybody knew it. So you knew that their team, that their little squad, there always made it to the playoffs. They always had the better uniforms. It was just like that. And it was all fucking top tier kids. So I can't say it was because of color or anything. It was just you were from this city, so you got better off in the fucking shit. So somebody tried to call the head guy on it one time. And what was the first thing this idiot does? She throws the fucking race card out there. It's because our teams are predominantly black. You dumb motherfucker. Now, any kind of respect that anybody had for your argument is right out the fucking window. If you have to use that is the last card you gotta throw on the fucking table. If you have to fucking by some ungodly chance you got to throw that. And right there, there's nothing to come back for. You can't even defend that now. You can't even, that's it. You threw down the gauntlet. Now you ruined it for everybody. You didn't speak for all them kids. You sure as fuck didn't speak for all them parents, but because you were the head of the fucking council, you just fucked the whole fucking league.
Yep. By the way, it's about that time there, sir.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I wish I had, I need to find a red, white, and blue set. So, for this just July.
How could you not? That's surprising that you would have a hard time finding that. Did you freeze?
I think you did.
Wow. That's a new experience, eh?
Right. Like froze too. Like,
I mean,
you could talk like a robot at least.
You would hear something or it would just get fuzzy, but listen.
He's still nice and clear and everything.
I mean, lucky day. I don't know. What I don't understand is why, the problem is that rich people always are rich people and they're assholes.
Mm-hmm.
But poor people, God, why do they have to be so stupid? You're like, listen, poor people shouldn't jump into the conversation.
Right.
Right. They should, but middle class should be like, hey, that's a little bit unreasonable. Let's not do that.
Right.
But middle class people would have been like, oh, listen, you guys want to run your own school? No problem. That's totally reasonable. You guys take care of that. But tax money still comes here.
Right.
That's fair. That's a reasonable thing. But you can't turn around and they're like, well, that's because it's all white. And you're like, but it's not all white. It's just rich.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Have you ever lived in a neighborhood that was in the middle of being gentrified?
You'll have to be a little bit more.
As in, everything was being updated. All the stuff, all the old school places are being renovated to be new places.
Yes, and yeah, like
rents go up, and everybody's going, "What the fuck's happening to our neighborhood? What the fuck happening?"
Right. I think Margaret's coming. Yep. I think. Yep.
Hey!
Yeah, you know what I think that shit's from? Everybody's been all up in the air about the Supreme Court talking about DJT, but in the midst of all that, they passed that fucking or upheld that internet whatever shit, so the government is allowed to come and shut you down whenever they want. They can spy on you. They can flag your posts or put you on whatever list for whatever you say. So I mean, before it got kind of slowed down a little bit, there was a lot of the hearings on that same shit. But now the Supreme Court said, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks a fucking thing about that.
Bro, let's be honest. All I heard was there's a crush on Marco. Somebody loves you. They're watching your stuff.
Yeah, great respect.
Hey, now we're talking.
Now we can, yeah.
And nobody's looking at you. There's still an echo?
Yeah, see, with that, you ain't going to get no pussy like that. You're not going to get pussy like that.
I don't, man. Look.
Yeah,
Let's
you
get back
come
into
from
the
that.
conversation.
Uh-oh.
See, as soon as you start talking shit, the phone go crazy.
Margo's dead froze again. What the fuck?
Damn.
That's what he gets for being a dickweed.
I
give you
mean,
that.
yeah, that happens. I've heard
Professional black belt samurai dickweed.
that. Oh man,
I'll go get
Oh,
I don't know.
he's
So
almost
great.
back.
Great. We were
Hey.
talking about that the rich people city inside Louisiana.
Yeah, I haven't heard nothing about that.
Okay, so rich people went to the city and went, listen, we don't like how our schools are being run. We want to take it over. And the city
Okay, I
goes,
think you're
yeah, we'll think about it. Okay.
Huh?
We want to do it ourselves. Nah, I don't think you should do it. Okay. So the rich people say, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make our own city. Fuck you. And the Louisiana people are like, oh, fuck you. You're not taking our money.
Now we're
Because
talking
all
about
the
rich
money
black
comes
people or rich white people.
So here's the thing. It's a neighborhood. It's 80% white, 20% black. It's just rich. It's just rich people. They're like, no. If you're rich, come on over. You can move here. No problem.
Yeah, the black folks.
I mean,
they said the black
that's
folks are more than welcome.
So
That's the
there
key
are
to
black
it.
folks.
So they're in the club. Listen, it's a big club and we ain't in it. We ain't got enough money to be in it. So that goes to show you right there that color don't mean shit when it comes to the money line. If you got enough money, you can fit in with anybody you want. Yeah.
That's
That's
it.
Exactly.
Yeah, people fail to understand that the top 1%, 2% of financial people in the world, they don't give a shit about color. We're all the minorities to them, white, black, Mexican, and other. If you ain't with us, you're against us.
There's
And money rules the world, and that's what it is.
there's only two groups.
In a wallet.
There are only two groups: rich and everyone else.
Rich, and
That's it.
yeah, that's it.
Oh, you're not rich?
George Carlin said,
Why are you talking?
All right, fuck you, buddy. We don't care about your wants or needs. We don't care about your education. We don't care. Hey, but you know what? You find black 20% of the community, you're more than welcome. You can afford it. They're gonna get a damn good education there too. None of this weird shit they're learning about now in school.
So this is what I took from the whole thing. It wasn't. It didn't come down so much to like Dino is kind of portraying it. From what I looked at it, first of all, it is 80% to 20% ratio black people to white people in Louisiana, period.
Yeah.
Now within that community, there was 80% black folks and 20% white folks.
Oh,
The 20%, the 20% people.
Really?
Yeah, the 20% people wanted better schools. It was a community. It was one community. It started off with 10,000 people. They wanted better schooling because Louisiana, especially Baton Rouge, is one of the top worst school systems in America. So it was easier for them to, and again, you might know a little bit more about the procedure wise, but it was easier for them to become incorporated and become a new city than to start a new school system. Now, when they petitioned for it and the state granted it, it was no, we think it's a bad idea.
Yeah,
Baton Rouge kept telling them. Baton Rouge told them, no, it's a bad idea. Baton Rouge was totally against it because it was the southern tip. It was the southernmost tip of Baton Rouge. So now these people they said, okay, we're going to start our own city. Now they were an upper echelon. They were wealthier people, but they weren't all the rich people in there because in a state that is 80% black folks, I'm sure there are more rich black folks living in that state than anything else.
What about that community though? We're talking about the community, not the whole state, right?
So now them people,
shit.
yeah. So now it has went from
hold up,
people. What up, Bubba?
fuck, where my sound at?
You're good.
Can't hear us?
No, he probably can't hear us.
Oh, geez.
Cuz sound like he's from Louisiana.
So, so they started their own school.
There we go.
Now the mayor of Baton Rouge came out publicly on the news and was like, them white folks could do whatever they want. They don't need to bother us, but they're not taking our tax money. and they refuse to acknowledge St. George as a city because it's under appeals. Like Baton Rouge is fighting it.
So basically, they had enough money to become incorporated. They started their own city, kind of like how America, when they got bought out back in the 30s or the 18s, whenever it was, and they became incorporated because they had enough money. All right, same principles, right?
Right.
So of course they're going to fight it. I mean, you're still looking at a whole bunch of underclass, left behind, lower echelon, lower income black people feeling like, hey, wait a minute, motherfucker, this ain't fair.
I don't understand how it's not fair. These people thought it wasn't fair that they, even if they had better money, even if they had more money than the people around them, that wasn't better schools.
Yeah,
there was no better school. If you had whatever bit of money and you had a chance to put your kid in a better school or make a better school for your kid, you ain't gonna do that.
You're absolutely right.
And so why would it be racist to do that? Whether you black,
no, I'm not saying that. So what I'm saying is, it seems like it's black people hating on richer black people who trying to richer group of black people who mix with white people. It's not like they're hating on the rich niggas.
Yeah,
that's reverse racism, Holmes.
That's the whole point. And we're gonna stop the discussion real quick. We got local comedian Anthony Marsacola, Big Bubba James joining us tonight.
What's good? What the fuck did I walk into, yo?
We're talking about
I hear Big Rape going off.
Oh man, it's a whole shit show in here. What's up though, big dog?
What's good? How you feeling?
Oh man, hanging out like snot, man.
Yeah, you got a can of Pringles open up on your lap, got the TV going and all that. You kicking back right.
That ain't a can of Pringles, that's his cock. He done got him the blue chews when he was at the fucking
He got the blue chews. Yeah, I haven't seen tons of that shit.
Hey, it's the personal size Pringles.
Oh,
girthy, but not. It's not. It's girthy, but not deep.
I thought he was eating a bag of dicks up there.
All right, so what's going on? What y'all talking about right now?
At the moment, we were talking about St. James or St. George.
I know that.
It's a town that a new city that tried to get started in Louisiana, and black folks is calling the white folks racist because they leave in Louisiana for their own city or Baton Rouge for their own city. But they ain't excluding anybody. They told everybody. I mean, it started with 10,000 people to it's like. I think they said it's 26,000. It like doubled in less than 6 months. They all want, and it was all started because they wanted better schooling for their kids. So I don't care what color you are or what amount of money you got. I mean, if you want a better school, better education for your kids, you got the right to fucking do something about it.
Especially if you got the pockets to make it happen. Yeah,
that's the real deal. Sorry,
cash is king around here, bro. Cash is king.
Hey,
I mean, unfortunately, we to that point in the way the world is going to where if you don't have enough people who have financial backing behind you, your kid's going to go to a public school and learn about whether or not to have a vagina or a penis and how to use it.
Okay, now I'm. Wait, what? wait.
We're talking about basically a group of people got together. They became incorporated, started their own city, so they started their own school. They're rich. They're not giving them the tax money if they have their own school. Perfect. They're sending their kids essentially to a privately funded school, right? So that's. Yeah. I mean, I would prefer that if I had the money, rather than send my kids to public school where they have the right because they're getting funded by the feds to show your kids fucking dick videos.
That's one of the top worst schools in America.
Yeah.
He's like, what kind of pop-up book is this? He getting hit with this shit.
This is not the real Jack and Jill went up the hill. This is some other shit.
No. It's all Jack. What?
Jack and Jack went up the hill. You don't want to know what happened.
Jack was jacking up the hill.
Yeah, man. It's man, listen, I would damn near lay my life down and die before I send my kids to one of them fucking schools where they have
die before I see a dick pop up.
Yeah, like one of my kids see one. I mean, they're like, if your parents don't let you do this and your parents don't let you do that, it's like back in the 80s when your parents couldn't whip your ass when you was being bad, and that's when the world started going crazy.
What did you say? I got my ass whipped through the mid-90s. early 2000s. I'm
We
47,
did.
nigga.
We were different.
I don't know what
No,
the
I'm not
fuck
talking
your
about. I'm
mama babies do.
Bro, no, you missed what I'm talking about. I'm talking about we did get our ass whooped, but that's about when CPS came in and started telling people, if your parents whoop you, call this number and we'll come and get you. And you had kids lined up. You can't hit me. You can't hit. And half of the parents didn't give a fuck. My parents, you tell them that shit, they'll pack your shit and wait for you. Here, pack this shit by the door and come get you. Yeah, like dude. Yeah,
Wow.
like that's when.
My mama used to fight CPS.
Yeah, listen, dude.
My dad would just threaten me with military school, and I was like, "Oh fuck that! I can't do that. I'm not built for that." I was like, "I retract my statement, sir. I will go back. I will do these wall sits that you have requested, and I will be better in my school."
Lead that girl. I did not put my geschmorgen in her giggity.
Hey, he came from a military family. You talking about wall sits?
Oh no, it wasn't no military family, but that was the threat.
Man, listen,
that was the threat.
Once my kids, my boys got old enough to spank because they was too old. I started having to ask them doing physical exercises, wall sits with hella books in their hands, push-ups, assuming the position. I'm talking about, don't you fucking move. But it made him tough and it made him strong.
He had weights. He's like, stand there, put your arms in the air, now stand there. And he's like, you drop them, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm like, well, that seems unreliable, sir.
Yeah, see, and you got it soft too, because what I used to do with my kids is I'd make them do the fucking wall stands, but they had to have a book in their hand.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Man, I'm talking about the real life horseshoe stands, like for karate. Hey, man, 90-degree angle with your knees. Hold your arms spread out and hold on to the dictionary and encyclopedia.
And you know what I love
that
shit?
But my boys are strong though, and they ain't never been in no trouble. Thank God.
I find it hilarious that I'm the only one here who had good parents. You guys all had shit parents, just so you know.
Greg had good parents.
Every one of them.
I mean,
Greg is the exception, but he's producer. Doesn't count. The rest of you had shit parents. You didn't. Don't get hard.
I knew Dino had good parents. I had good parents when I saw him doing Lego reviews and shit.
My parents loved me, no question. Right? You had bad people as parents. Like you be thankful you got out of there, because bro. You were for sale. That shit could have gone south.
Listen, man. I batted 50-50 with that. My mom was a crackhead and my dad was in the Navy, so it was all messed up when I was at home with mom. But in the summertime when I went to dad, you had to get right. Dad didn't play
call you Uncle Great.
My mom was a hoe. My dad was an unconvicted felon. That was just that's how he grew up. He never got convicted, but that motherfucker was a felon. Like,
I vote we change Uncle Grape's name to 2 for 1 instead. It's better.
1 of 2.
Yeah, well, maybe 3 for 1. I don't know, man. You're piling up on that shit. It's a lot. Yeah, bro, it's fucking weird because like I'm not okay, but also, man, your guys' lives sucked. My life was great, bro. I got a new car when I turned 18. It was a brand new Jeep.
Dude, by the time I was 18, I bought my mom 2 cars and my brother a car.
Dude, I'm currently trying to get my dad a car. He just got out of recovery.
I was selling drugs.
My dad just got out of the recovery center. Yo, Marco hit him with a mean joke, though.
They hate us.
Look, Marco, look. I've never seen this happen before in my life. Marco made my dad laugh. This was the day he got out of the recovery center. I took him with me to a show. Marco made him laugh so hard he fucking choked on his water. Comes out his nose. He snorts this shit back up, throws up. Front row. And immediately Marco's like, oh shit, that's Bubba's dad. Get the Narcan. This motherfucker was sitting there like, I ain't never seen someone laugh so hard that they puked.
It was ramen noodles and fucking Slim Jim pieces everywhere.
Hey, that's top tier shit, bro. Good for you.
Yeah. I was mad as hell. I was like, I don't think I'll ever make my dad laugh as hard as that. That was tough.
Yeah, that one hurt. That's guy. That one hurts. Right? Yeah.
Great. Now my dad's showing up to all his shows.
I would have threw up right on his onesie.
No, I was dressed as Where's Waldo that day.
Yeah, he was.
How is that worse? How is that worse? I don't understand. What the fuck?
How are you surprised?
Also, good point. That's a valid point.
Yeah. All right,
Did you get where you were at?
No, we was at the Havana House, and
Yeah.
now
No, I meant Dino where he said,
Oh.
"What the fuck?" Never mind. Never mind. Just carry on. Carry on.
Greg's sitting there
Alright.
like
You guys wouldn't get it. Our parents loved us. Don't worry about it.
behind him. How you put it.
Right.
To be loved. To be loved.
Bro.
all right. So moving along on the topics, man. We can all agree that the shit with St. George is some fuck shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. Absolutely. 100%.
Yes.
Like,
I would
hey,
make
but
most of
it's
it,
top,
yes.
like it's top tier fuck shit. Like, don't, like, that's like an episode of Dallas, bro. Like, that is top tier shit.
That's Falcon Crest right there.
That's 100%, right?
I'm
Yeah,
talking about that's real life J.R. Ewing bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
absolutely.
So next up is something that everybody keeps for one trying to tie the old DJT. And remember, everything we saying is allegedly. Look at the fucking sign under the thing.
That's what it say.
So we talking about the whole project 2025. There's a lot of bullshit out
man.
there. There's a lot of media. There's a lot of everybody trying to say that this is Trump shit and all that. So I'm on 03 News, and they did a fact check and a verify for that. Just to put some of it out there, so people know what the fuck is happening for real. Because this, I mean, people have been talking about this since 2022. You know, and Donald Trump was never named in any of this paperwork or any of these 900 pages. It says the next conservative administration.
Hey,
Just so
And not
happens,
only that, what a lot of people don't understand is this was a combination of Democrats and Republicans, PhD doctors. There was about 100 and something people who came together and put this together.
actually,
hey, and let me guess, they were all black people.
Bullshit. No, they wasn't.
Fuck
Ain't no
out of
nigga
here.
came up with that.
Fuck out of here.
Hey, so listen,
Egyptian
so
ass samurais. Lying ass motherfucker.
Hey,
Fucking
No,
lying
Has
ass-
his little parents, and he's like, let me guess, it was black people.
it's Egyptian. It's
so
Egyptian
listen,
hockey
so the
players.
funny, so the,
Why am I Borat now? Let me guess. It was the black.
Whatever.
Like, what is that? Why am I don't get it. It's fucking...
Oh,
Greg died. Greg died. He had to get
Um,
off the camera.
I'm still here.
Something just happened to fucking grape fucking like.
I know.
No, so
I
I
know
have
y'all-
been relentless on him, and it has been hilarious though every time. Like, it's
Grape's the man. He's a good sport.
it's been
And
great.
I know y'all didn't see that when fucking Dino burped and Greg dropped the phone. He's like, hell no.
He's like,
I saw it too. He's like,
oh. Yeah, I'm like, hey, sorry, I'm just a man. What do you want me to do? Yeah.
So on this 2025 or this 20, whatever the fuck this bullshit is. First of all, I mean, I know I did not read the whole 900 pages of it.
You can't read.
But
What is some Asian guy just to read it out to you on a YouTube video? It's like, so this is what it's
make sure. It's
yo,
at
I
least-
saw one of Marco's
British
comments recently, and it said, "I've learned this from my fellow truth seekers," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" I've been diving in on like comments that once I see Marco's name pop up, I'm like, I gotta see the comment section.
like, like at some point,
people go nuts. People just
Oh.
go fucking nuts. Like they can't stand. Like I got an answer for everything they got. I mean, don't come at me with some fucking stupid shit that everybody sees on TV. I've already seen that.
I think
Okay.
it was like fucking what's his name, the cop.
Carlos probably.
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, you can't trust your information. You get it from fucking all these bullshit people." And you're like, "From the fellow truth seekers." I was like, "What the fuck? What did you mean?"
I got all Alex Jones on him.
Oh man, that should have me cracking up.
Who were you saying, Dino?
no, the worst part is that, like, bro, they're all every weird ass, like, weird fucking conspiracy theories. You're like, oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, that's also true. And everyone's like, okay, I don't know what to do. And now you're just going, I don't fucking care. I just don't care. I just don't want to hear it. I don't care. You're all fucking crazy. Now when people are like, so it turns out that there are aliens in charge at the White House, I'm like, I'm not surprised. That's clearly what would happen.
Always been. What are you
Just
talking
kudos and
Dude,
kodos.
I was doing that open mic tonight before I got here, and they had they were doing a bucket pool, and I was like, "Fuck it, give me a thing." So I took the bucket, and they were like, "Well, how come we don't see Obama anymore?" I was like, "Cause the motherfucker wasn't real. What are you talking about? The motherfucker never existed. He was a robot that white people made. That was it. I was like, bro, Obama never fucking actually existed. I don't know what you talking about."
It was
Big
Michelle.
Mike is there. Big Mike is
I
there.
was like, they even had his ass out here mic dropping. What do you think?
And
What do you
Michelle
think
was
he's a
actually
real
the
person.
And Michelle was actually the best ventriloquist ever of all
right.
time, and he was her robot puppet. That's actually what
Always
happened.
had a finger up his ass.
I mean, it's not just for Saturdays anymore, people.
So all right, so this shit was started back in 2020. 2022 rather.
Still,
And it, like I said, it had nothing to do with Donald Trump.
that's mid Biden reign,
Yeah.
right in the middle. So get fucked.
Yeah, and they didn't even know Trump was rerunning or running again, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
So it sounds like the intent was that Biden will run 2 terms, and then it'll be a conservative, most likely, and that's when we'll do it. But now it's like, Biden has turned into a bucket of water. He can't be elected.
What are we doing now?
Project 2025.
Project 2025 essentially is a new election, and then everybody kind of plays musical chairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And pretty much it's a book of guidelines the Heritage Foundation put up that is by no means any rules, any mandates, you don't have. It's just a book, you know. I mean, just like people have a fit when Trump said he read Mein Kampf. Yeah, I read the Bible. That don't mean I believe in it. I mean, come the fuck on. Mein Kampf is a college fucking book.
Yeah.
Just because Hitler fucking wrote it. It has propaganda in it. Yeah, because we know this.
Can you imagine the guy, the audacity of naming it My Struggle? You're like, God damn, bro. Like, the balls on that guy.
I didn't know what that meant.
That's what it means, bro.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro, what are you talking about?
So
Fucking
one of the big things people are having a fit about this 2025 is the abortion ban, because they claim that this guts abortion, that there's going to be no allowance abortion, this and that.
Good.
This is what it's verified as. It says Project 2025 does not directly suggest a federal ban on abortion, but it does recommend that the Department of Health and Human Services should no longer consider abortion a form of health care and considerably limit access to reproductive care. Project 2025 authors recommend establishing federal policies that would limit access to contraception, restrict access to abortion, and eliminate federal funding to healthcare providers who perform abortion. The initiative also proposes new directives that will allow more employers to opt out of birth control coverage as a part of insurance plans. Now,
So, hey, I like the wording there where they're like, listen, it should be restricted, not eliminated. Nobody's saying that.
I want
But
my
it should-
abortions, and I want them now.
I want it at a toll booth. I want to just walk in, bam, bam,
All right, dude.
spit into the bucket, and move on. That's fine.
Get them like
Now-
COVID shots.
there's parts of this that I agree with and parts of it that I don't agree with. But by far, no matter what I feel about anything written in here, it is not what we are being told in the media.
No.
It is not the all banning of this and women's rights are gone. That is not
Good.
happening
No, good.
at all.
Ban all women's rights, all of them gone. You never deserved the vote. And listen, just so you know, half of the men were coming for your vote too, you retards. How about that?
Now, here's the second one. The Homeland
Gino's
Security.
biggest opponent, women.
No, they're all small.
Because he has a
Push them over.
little Asian one in the basement.
Dude
No,
was
I-
built like a fucking tank. They like never gained muscle, and now he's like, "All the women are small."
That's right. That's exactly it. No,
So-
listen. I'm not saying that women don't deserve the vote. I'm saying the majority of people don't deserve the vote. I feel it should be a college course, voters' rights and how you deal with it, and that's how you should be able to take a course and then get a voting position.
That's why I don't vote.
I've never voted in my life. Can you imagine some of the retards we've had up here? They suck.
Because most people fucking hate me for that one. They all
Fuck
hate me
it.
for that.
Who cares? Listen, bro, when people are like, you should vote, I'm like, for who? Retard 1 or retard 2? No, thanks. I'm not into voting for dumb people. Give me somebody who's actually knows what they're doing.
Mine's more of I feel like they'll control it either way. So,
all right.
There's that too.
The next one is Homeland Security, Immigration, and the Border Wall. Now,
I'm at the wall right now.
Yeah, no shit. Project 2025 plans reenacts. The plan is to reenact Trump-era policies regarding border enforcement, detention for kids and families in tent cities, deportation, and building of the border wall.
Okay.
It also calls for the dismantling of Department of Homeland Security and the creation of the Border Security and Immigration Agency. Among other recognized departments, the plan says this new agency would direct customs officers to take into custody any undocumented person who has records of felonies, crimes, violence, DUI, or any other crime that is considered a national security threat. So right there, before anything else, it said only the fucking people who commit crimes.
That's
so
fair.
they're still letting the fucking people in, but not
Okay, but like, listen. So okay, but realistically, I'm okay with letting through a bum. I'm not okay letting through a criminal.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
What?
I think that's a fair middle ground. No criminals, but we get a few losers. Like, look, the majority of
losers
just
become criminals. Now, I'm not saying on each side or
Oh
anything.
no, not anymore. Not
Because,
anymore.
dog,
You get the free ride
look,
now.
If I'm telling you right now, if I'm gonna be homeless, I'm robbing a motherfucker. I'm robbing so many people until I just become a
See, the
criminal.
smart thing
yeah,
to do,
no, I understand
if you
that,
are
but I don't think
homeless-
that's the case.
if you were homeless and you really had no attachments to anywhere, then the smart thing to do is take your ass to California because they pay you there to be homeless. They also
Yo,
give you
That's
services.
that South Park episode.
They South Park did parody it.
Yeah,
They pay
yeah.
you to be homeless, and
Yeah.
then look, I mean, and that's for the white people. You're still homeless. If you're a homeless Mexican, they give you a house. Yeah, it's just how the fuck shit goes.
What about a homeless
Fucking
Canadian?
If
How
you
about
want your
Canadians?
drugs, if you
How
want your
about a
drugs,
homeless
they
comedian?
are given to you, and you don't have to fucking violently rob anybody. If you want something, you just go into a store, and if it's less than $1,500, you tell the fucking little white girl at the cash register to go fuck themselves, and you walk out the store with your Gucci bag. And it's allegedly all over fucking news in California.
I
Bro.
never said that I would rob them violently because today's people are bitches. So
Yeah, you don't actually
one of
have
them.
to be. You don't have to be
it's
violent
just a
with people
pump
anymore.
fake.
We can do it in New York too now, but that's mostly for the people that are slightly melanated. Not totally melanated, just slightly.
Melanated.
You know what?
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I feel like food should be free, but not stuff. You know?
What?
I don't know about all that.
Fuck.
No. Okay, follow me here. Follow me.
Dino's trying to eat all the damn food again.
I would. I'm going back to 500, baby. You can't keep me down. No. But I'm just saying, like the whole idea where people are walking around and just taking stuff, and you're like, is unreasonable because you're just taking stuff. You can't take stuff. You have to do without. But food seems like yeah, you just give them food and like that. You should be able to send the bill to your local MP, like your local
Dino,
person, right? And
Have you ever given a homeless person food?
Yeah.
You know what happens?
I don't give people money. You can work for me, or you can get
Talk about the food, dude. I didn't give a fuck
Not
about food when I
not
was on
all the
shit.
time, because there used to be a homeless guy that
Besides
used
the
to be
COVID
up on the
homeless.
corner of Belmont by the Walmart. And every
Mhm.
once in a while, when I see him, I'd either take him a burger or I go and buy him one of the $5 pizzas or whatever. Now, but what you're saying on the flip side of that, that homeless guy ended up disappearing. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he got his life together. Maybe he died. I don't know.
Was he a
But
hard target? Did they
maybe
hard target him?
a couple months after that, there was this. I don't know. She looked like maybe she could have been Mexican. She could have been Indian. I don't know. But there was a lady she looked like she was dressed like Mary from the Bible, and she had two fucking little kids with her on the same corner, you know, with asking for money and shit, with the little sign. So I'm like, I can't, this chick got kids out here. She's an older lady or whatever. So I pulled over there and I handed her some money. I ain't gonna say the amount, that's nobody business, but I handed her some money. So I pulled over into the Walmart. I was going to go get dog food and shit. And it just so happens I pulled next to this fucking white van that had these three other, look like that. We'll just say tan, because I don't know if they were sand people, dot people, if they were Mexican, whatever the fuck. But they were slightly melanated people, and they were all in suits, like suits. Wouldn't you know that fucking woman went up to that van, handed the man in the front seat that fucking money, and then walked her ass back to that corner?
There you go. There you go. Ta-da!
If that wasn't a fucking scam,
It's all a scam.
I fucked up one time. I had a homeless dude outside of a Circle K. He's like, "Hey man, could you buy me a Black and Mild?" I was like, "Yeah, come on in, man." And I was like, "Hey, get what you need."
Oh,
Dog, I was broke as fuck out there. I was like, shouldn't have said that. I was like,
no, that was a mistake. That was
and he's like, "All right, can I get a pack of cigarettes?" I was like, "You said Black and Mild. That wait a minute. You said
quadruple
95 cents. You have now upped it to $15, including your Gatorade and your fucking little quickie."
No. Hey,
and then he asked me for a
nothing.
Ride. Fuck no.
No. Hey.
Give me some gas money.
Hey. So the off chance that someone catches me in a generous mood, I'm like, okay. And someone's like, "Hey, can I have a smoke?" I'd be like, "All right, give a smoke." "Oh, do you have any extra change?" "Hey, man, you know what? I'll take the smoke back, you fucking asshole. How about that? You greedy piece of shit." As soon as you fucking try and change the deal, I will fucking kill you. I don't give a shit.
Dude, I found the best way. And I used to do this shit with Greg when we used to go downtown clubbing his shit. There was always a bunch of the homeless people walking back and forth in front of the clubs, and they'd always ask to bum $1 or bum a cigarette or whatever. So I found out the easiest way to stop that is, and it's even better if you have a joint or a blunt in your mouth, but you see them walking towards you. So you walk towards them, and before they get to open their mouth, you ask them to bum a cigarette.
Bro.
That's good.
Oh, dude, I used to do that. They'd be like, "Oh man, I don't have any." I was like, "Yeah, man, cigarettes cost more than weed these days." And I put whatever out, and I walk into the fucking club.
That's good. I like that. I gotta take that. But I don't smoke. But still, that
it's one of those things.
Doesn't matter if you smoke; you're not getting a cigarette anyways.
you know.
Hey, I have before where somebody came up to me. They're like, "Oh, sir, I have a problem. My sister is living with my aunt's cousin's uncle, and she's sick, and I have to go visit her." And I'm like, "Listen, man, I'll just give you $5. Can you just shut the fuck up? Just shut the fuck up and walk the fuck away. I'll give you $5."
That's when I was up in Cleveland, and me and Jordan were walking to an open mic, and this homeless dude jumps out at us, and without a beat, he just went, "Excuse me, you got a quarter, nickel, dime, or a penny?" And then he's like, "Fuck," and just walked away. And I was like, "What?"
He had it all. That must have been all planned out. He was all geeked up, ready to jump out.
He was ready for it.
Like, "Fuck, these are two little broke kids."
Nah, he came up. He's like, quarter, nickel, dime, or a penny. He didn't even ask for no dollar, no nothing. And he sped off too fast. He just said, "Fuck," and just
And then
walked
who
away.
carries that change anymore? I had to go get $3 in quarters today just to get air in my fucking tires. You know how much of a hassle that was? I mean,
Yeah, you use a quarter in your car seat and shit.
Hey, if you go to Costco, they have free air pumps.
this is America. We don't have Costco. At least not where I live.
Why do you live in the shittiest part of America, you asshole?
I read something today.
Apparently, St. George or Baton Rouge is the shittiest part because even their people are leaving.
Can you imagine though, where you're like, you know what? It's just not even worth trying to fix it. Just start fresh. You're like, bro, that's not civilization. That's fucking.
I'm surprised this is the first fucking place that's trying to do it. Or at least the first one we're hearing about. You would have thought the fucking people in Oregon would have fucking did that shit a long time. Fuck them people. Let them have their own little city.
They got locked down though.
Oh, dude, they stopped that whole decriminalization shit. The people are gonna start having a fit. That's gonna be the new thing, dude. Wait till the end of summer, because I believe in September it all starts. All that decriminalization and you could do whatever drug you want up in Oregon started bleeding into Washington. And, you know, them liberal Karens up there, oh, no, they just need, oh, my God, they're taking my house.
Mm-hmm. Bro, they'll take your house, eh?
Yeah, we did a show on that a few weeks ago. Fuckers are just, if you leave your house.
Your burp, Dino. Did you see him do that? He said,
that's the kaiju in him.
It's like a secret between me and them.
I read this shit today. It was a meme, and it said it was some like Canadian bacon meme, and I was like, that's stupid. And I saw the comments, and it just says, "Those damn snow Mexicans." I was like, holy shit! Yes,
inaccurate. I'll tell you that.
Those damn snow Mexicans are like. First of all, who's that mad over?
No, those are Eskimo people.
That
the Eskimo people are the Meximos.
Maximo?
Snow Mexicans.
Bro, snow Mexican? That's fucking proper. Dude, I love it.
I remember being at a Halloween party, and it was at my my dad's friend's house, and one of his nieces was dressed up in some slutty Eskimo outfit, and he's like, look at your damn Eskimo walking around this bitch. And he said it like right to her face, and she's like, and just like kept walking. I'm like, that was a lesson.
That hurt.
Day.
All right. The next thing here, I guess another big issue is the connection to Trump. It says Project 2025 isn't a blueprint specifically for the next Trump administration. The authors use phrases like the next conservative administration or the next conservative president without naming names. Trump has not said much about the record on the record about Project 2025 beyond a Truth Social post where he distanced himself from the initiative. I know nothing about this is Trump, motherfucker. All right.
Well, it didn't happen during his administration.
I know nothing about Project 2025. I have no idea who is behind it. I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. Anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them. But Trump is lying. But now, if they would have switched the script and Biden was following that shit, they would have believed Biden. Oh, no, not Biden. This is propaganda. This is Russian disinformation. This is this and this is. Now, what is kind of shady about it, I will give it for the other side, playing devil's advocate. It says that, you know, one, that the Agenda 47 outlines his personal policies and plans, and there are a few similarities between them, which is pretty much to get rid of the deep state. That is the only things that are the same. There is no federal abortion ban. There will not, you know, that ain't even in that. The taxes in the IRS, it regains the taxes. Let's see, it reimagines the tax system. And it don't look like any of the numbers that the fuckwit in office right now got going on. So that's kind of not bad.
Higher or lower? What are you talking about?
The taxes are lower.
How much?
Well, the last I heard, Biden was trying to tax the people. I forget what the tax bracket was, like damn near 40% now. I could be wrong on that, but these are looking like, let's see, website for the construction. I just fucking passed it. Where'd it go? All right. It recommends replacing current tax code with either a flat 15 or 30% income tax rate on individuals and an unspecified standard deduction. The U.S. currently has 7 federal income tax brackets with rates from 10% to 37%.
Mhm.
So a flat
So,
tax period is smart
genius.
regardless. And in the flat tax is even lower than the other taxes too.
But you eliminate a huge issue of the tax law that doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
It's all garbage. No, whatever you make, good. 15% goes to the government. That's it. Done. Plot. Finished. That's it. That actually makes it a lot more simple because listen, if you're just working for somebody, 15%. If you're self-employed, what was it? 30?
30.
Okay. There you go.
That's it.
You're gonna make more money, but you get taxed more. Fair.
And it
Okay.
ain't gonna be more than oh well, because you finally took your that's one thing I can't understand, and it really pisses me off, especially these people who say, oh, we hate corporate America and the rich are doing this and this and that. But
All
each
right.
and every one of them people want to be that person.
That's the problem.
Don't nobody not want to be rich.
Yeah.
Don't nobody not want to make their company up there. Nobody wants to leave their children money enough where they ain't got to worry about it, or their great grandchildren.
Yeah.
How is a person who started off with sweat, blood, and tears and started a corporation, how is that person, his lineage, getting punished for all the work put in? Yeah, there might have been some shady dealings throughout the years, but either way, that was created by somebody, by their self. And now you're punishing him because they did things the right way. They didn't take a mooch handout from the government. They didn't take this. And don't start saying, well, there's tax breaks, this and that. That's horseshit. That's fucking horseshit. Because again, if we go to this 15 to 30%, that would be eliminated.
Hey, half of the problem with corporate tax is, or just the U.S. tax system and Canadian, is that there's so many rules that help you just try and squeak through. I get it. You know what the problem is? You shouldn't squeak through. Just pay the amount. Just pay the amount. Be done with it. That's it. Done.
And that's from a banker, because believe it or not, Dino used to be suit and tie man.
A real person. It's wild. I don't recommend it. It was horrible.
Yeah, Dino was a banker, dude.
I was a financial planner.
Yeah, that's like two steps above the teller.
So for you guys, it would have been like a fiduciary. That's what I would have been. So what that means is
real.
I have
you lying ass motherfucker. You made that shit up. I ain't stupid.
So a fiduciary means that I have a legal responsibility to defend you as my client and your best interests at all times. Yeah. So essentially, it makes it so that I'm on the hook for whatever happens.
He was the Michael Cohen of the fucking world right there. He was the fixer, the cleaner.
So hold up. What do you do now then?
He loses weight.
I'm a house husband.
He said he loses.
Yeah. I'm basically a house husband. I've done
marry an Asian, people. Marry an Asian. You can be a house husband by 47.
I handed over
my girls around.
All the money I had, I handed over. It's fine. It's right. But I'm like, listen, in the end, it's more so. I don't know. Listen, but she's now, but like I'm doing something different. But I just got my first check for doing background work. I'm going to be in the show. It's a TV show called Cross.
Nice.
And I think it's the second season. The first season's coming out soon. And it was in the second season. I'm in a bar. Just so you know. That's what it is. If you see a bar, if you're watching Cross and you see a bar.
Cool, I was in Mayor at Kingstown. I was a featured extra in that shit. And
okay, where in the States, right?
In Pittsburgh.
Okay, so it used to be filmed outside of Toronto.
No shit.
My buddy Kyle was in the 3rd or 4th episode. He's where they're walking along and somebody passes him a knife and he passes it along. He's the guy who passes it along.
Yeah, so like you got a bar roll. They put me in the makeup booth, got me in like a prison gear, and put a hickey on my neck, and then had me overdose on camera.
Damn.
So yeah, so you put out the bar vibe. I just put
Oh
out
my-
the gay drug addict vibe.
I mean,
Camera.
you have a look. I just look like a random bar goer.
Dog, you know what's crazy too is I'm gonna be in a short film in August. It's my girlfriend's cousin. He's a director,
For real.
and yeah, he was like he's queer. He was like, yeah, I want you in this
I'm gonna-
shirtless basketball scene.
Oh,
And he's like,
those are
"Send me-"
for
he's like,
it's not in the
"Send-"
movie.
He's
It's
like,
not in the
send me
movie.
wardrobe pictures though, and I'm like, well, if I send you wardrobe pictures, you gotta pay me, because like if you just be like, you didn't get the part, and
It's
now you
just a
got
dick
pictures
pic,
of me
man.
shirtless.
Yeah, it's just me with my shirt off, bro. That's
Yeah,
why
you just gave you spank
Yeah.
material, man. What the
I'm
fuck?
like, I fell for it again. Yo,
Like, hey.
send me shirtless photos, trick. God
20
damn.
bucks is $20, right? But still, you're like, hey, I gotta get the $20, so you can't.
So,
This is
oddly enough, man,
Yeah.
over the past week, or not the last week, and the weekend before last, I ended up getting into a scene of a show or whatever. Actually, I'm not exactly sure what the name of it is. Grape is that the star of the show out in Cleveland. But apparently they were supposed to have a gambling scene where somebody, beat his ass in the game, and there was a little back and forth and shit. And this person didn't show up. I was dressed in a pink Care Bear onesie with the rainbow on my chest.
Perfect.
And I believe I had sunglasses on. I don't remember if I had my sunglasses on, but a blunt in my mouth. And we ended up like, you want me to be in character? I'm gonna be in character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I don't gamble, but I know how. So the way the scene came out, the other dude was supposed to be the one who won the game.
Right.
But just the way the cards played out, I had the hand. And Grape was trying to play out the game, so this hand played out like like a real match, and I won all the chips on the table. So then, my ghetto took over, and I remember back in the day when we used to play spades or hearts and shit like that, or even dominoes. I got up, I fucking scooped up all the chips, I bounced one at him. I was like, "Take your bitch ass home, broke motherfucker." And then he's like, I guess the other part of the scene was he was supposed to try to grab at my money. So again, the hood in me took over, and he jumped up to grab the money. So I grabbed him by his throat and sat him back down, and all of it got filmed, and that's going to be in the movie.
That's probably more accurate than what they had planned. Let's be honest.
I mean, we did a couple other like takes of that scene, but because that scene worked out so well the first time around, it kept it like that. I was the one who won the match. I was the one who, at one point I looked him in his face with the blunt. I was like, now ask yourself, is this reality? Did you just get beat by a Care Bear?
The answer is cheeseburger. Just to be clear.
Sounds about right.
So ultimately, getting back to what we was talking about, y'all, before you start making judgments or start putting this and that on this project 2025, I believe, I haven't read it all, but I believe there's some fuck shit in there. There always is in anything. This is not a mandate. This is not something that has to be done. This is not something that said it was gonna be done. And it sure as fuck didn't have any ties to Donald Trump, aside from some of the people that used to work for him or part of the committee who wrote the book or whatever. But again, just because one of my people wrote some shit don't mean that I follow that shit, especially if them people ain't working for me no fucking more.
Listen, all we can really hope for is like if it makes sense, then make it happen. If it doesn't make sense, don't make it happen. It's very, cut and dry per se. You don't need to make it more complicated. So
I mean, honestly, so far, the way people made it sound at first, It was almost like Georgia Guidestone-ish, which I didn't disagree with a lot of the shit that was on there either.
Bring back the purge, baby.
So we ran a little long anyway. So with this last 6 minutes, we'll shut this down at 10:30. But I want to touch on this subject since me and I guess I'll call him a friend, was kind of debating on Facebook about supposedly there is a new refiling of a dismissed case on Donald Trump, tying him to some fuck shit with Fuckstein. Now I ain't gonna say his name. Everybody knows who I'm talking about because I'm sure the fucking algorithm will give us the old fuckaroo if we even mention his name.
The guy who was bunkmates with the gorilla. He was bunkmates with the gorilla. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So and a lot of people are starting to use this now. Oh, DJT is a pedophile and all this other bullshit. I remember this fucking thing when it first came out. And it was a bunch of vagaries. It was basically, DJT was named in it one time. And it was something said that was something said that was something said that was something said that somebody said. And because there was no kind of evidence of anything, the case was dismissed. The case, I feel that way about this fuck shit too.
Stop looking at me like that, Bubba. He just looks, he's just smiling. He's like, why are you burping? You're so nasty.
He said,
it's like us.
First of all, like I said, I did a little digging on it. I didn't do a whole lot because I do remember quite a few of it. They showed, I mean, that was one of the things during Trump's first run for office. They brought this shit up. And there was a bunch of, Judicial Watch even fucking went and did a FOIA, whatever the fuck, action, whatever, to a request for the paperwork. And, they got it and they planned, it was out there. So, there was a court filing. So that's real. The case was dismissed. That's real. Now, oddly enough, because, and I'm a firm believer, it's because of pretty much all these other court cases on Donald Trump are being taken down pretty much because of the Supreme Court thing. So they got to find some new shit on them. In Manhattan, the same fucking Alvin Bragg, the same people who are about to lose their case are opening up or refiled this case against Trump. So I'm sure, well, number one, for you people who want to believe in this horse shit, this is a very big story. If this was true, you cannot tell me that CNN, NBC, CNBC, all them legacy networks, Fox couldn't even deny it. No. That if this was true, because that's public paperwork. That has nothing to do with presidency. That has nothing to do with any kind of politics. So that's government shit right there. People, that's public knowledge. You can request that shit. So you can't hide that. If that shit was real, that would blow the fucking media up. And there would be no fucking way that Donald Trump would even have a chance in hell of becoming president. Yeah. I mean, even with the I can't. Ashley Biden came out and said daddy was showering with her, dick all in her face, but nobody seems to give a fuck about that. But I guess
nope, not one person.
Old sweetheart Joe, I guess he's an old timer. He was a different time. It was a different time. Even though your daughter talked about it and your son then fucked his sister-in-law, his sister-in-law's sister, got the friend again. All that horse shit. All that hillbilly shit.
Okay, hold on though. But when you look at Hunter, you look at him, you're like, oh, that guy definitely tried to fuck around on his own family. That guy is a dirty bird. He is a dirty bird.
He's running things. It just came out today. It came out today that Hunter is the one making the decisions in the White House, and Jill, his wife, is the one doing all the PR campaigning and shit and keeping him going. They showed Jill Biden at the president's desk. Nobody's supposed to be there. Not even Monica Lewinsky. That bitch knelt in front of it. She was at the president's desk opening files and shit, preparing for this fucking NATO summit.
Rude. That's it. Sorry. Hey, you know what? This is the whole thing. So we were talking about this on my other show. If you want to follow me at Dino the Genetic Marvel, it's called Generation Dan. It's talking about the differences with ages, and we were talking
I
about
thought you said Asians.
So did I.
sometimes depends, but we talk about
Asia, man.
we talked about the whole idea how some people you're like you need to know when to step aside and start teaching. Like, look, never let your knowledge die with you. But with that, sometimes you got to step aside and start teaching people and stop doing shit.
That's right. You got to teach these Asians. Dan said it.
It's just how it is. They got to learn.
The Asians teach the youth in Asia.
They stepped out of line once. We taught them. Now we got to teach them again. It's fine.
Tiananmen Square like a motherfucker.
I don't know how your wife puts up with you.
Dude, have you ever like had your, been getting ready for freaky time with your old lady and had her just booty naked on the bed and you come charging towards her, yelling Tiananmen Square?
No, why would I do that?
Yeah,
that is a horrible idea. That is a horrible.
You don't know nothing about
horrible
Tiananmen
idea.
Square, do you, Bubba?
No.
Trust me.
Was it back in the early 80s or something like that where the Asians were protesting so the other Asians just drove tanks over them?
Yeah, essentially it will dry out every pussy within earshot as if you mention that shit. Just immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just squeeze. How Mr. Miyagi do it? Squeeze, just like grape.
Just like grape.
Just like grape. Yeah, man.
Oh man.
So yeah, don't believe what you hear, man. Don't believe the hype on the media.
Allegedly,
sure as fuck don't believe anything we fucking say.
No, don't believe us. God, that would be a horrible idea.
That'd be so
hey, earlier Grape was like, the first samurai were black, and you're like, shut the fuck up, bro. And he was like, there are fucking spacemen that are only black. You're like, what are you talking about? He said there's a black NASA. It's in Atlanta. It's bullshit. There's a lot of shit that he said. Absolutely not. Okay. It was ridiculous. He was like, the deep state is half black. We deserve it. I'm like, that's not a thing. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I missed out on so much.
All right, everybody. Follow the Big Grape wherever the fuck you can find Big Grape. Follow Dino the Genetic Marvel, Anthony Marcicola, Big Bubba, and always Upside Down Studios. Y'all be good to each other. We out.
Peace.